Namaste, Soul Tribe family. Welcome back my way on this divinely guided day. I love you and the divine loves you. I hope you and your families are well, especially for the ones who are still, associating with their families. Their families have not crossed them. They still love their families. This is going to be a members only read. I love you so, so much. You are going to be so surprised when I said at the workstation. And I asked the divine, what is the future energy? And man, y'all, ooh wee, I got a surprise. I got a surprise. I got a surprise. I couldn't believe it when it flipped out because these little flimsy cards right here. Man, look at future energy family. Okay. Star energy here, opportunities, renewal, faith and hope, healing, rejuvenation, and unexpected health. Unexpected help. Okay. Um, I am ecstatic. So let's go on and tap in to the energy family. Thank you so much for being here, okay, and returning. I am truly grateful. At this time, Divine, I ask that you continue to keep us protected during this read, all reads, and all the time. I ask that you provide us with clear and concise messages, as well as clarity, guidance, intuition, wisdom, and discernment. Any negativity, any toxicity, any evil being thrown or projected at myself or the Soul Tribe family, I ask that you shield our minds, bodies, souls, and vessels from it with the mighty shield, as we too shield our minds, bodies, souls, and vessels from it with the mighty shield. Ashe and thank you. All right, family, let's get into it. So, yes. Um, and I was just meditating on the question, like, what is the future looking like? You know what I mean, family? And I'm just gonna say this is the energy of those who are gonna resonate with this. So only take what resonates, okay? But after meditating on the question, here is the energy, the star, okay? All your dreams are coming true, okay? That is the message. All your dreams are coming true, all right? Woo! Victory here. Wow. We got the Six of Wands, Leo energy, Aquarius energy. You could have been born on the 8th or the 6th of any month. You could have been born the year 86. Okay. You could have been born the year 68. But with this victory here, there's progress. Okay. There's confidence. I love it. Conquest, some sort of public recognition here, but there is a triumph here. Okay. For those of you who are resonating. All right. What else, Divine? What else? I'm ecstatic. Because it's been a battle. Okay. But guess what? We made it. We made it. Look, wow. And is this Roman? Oh, we've got a Knight of Cups out here. Yes. Some sort of romantic partner could be coming towards you, masculine or feminine energy, but right here it is a masculine. Okay. They're very sensitive to you, or you're going to be sensitive to them. All right. This is very graceful, poetic type of energy. Oh, I love that. Okay. I feel like, many of you who have been longing for this, or if you're already in a relationship and it's just not seeming what it should be to you, maybe there's someone new coming in, or maybe the relationship you're in will get better. Okay. Maybe someone's going to change. They're going to wake up to something here. They could be waking up to you and how you are and how you feel and think. Um, there could be someone here that is trying to explain spirituality to someone, and why they are so deep into it. Only take a resonate. Wow. And after the shuffle, y'all look. And behind that, oh, yeah, with the look. Wow, after betrayal. Listen, family, you are in the 10 of Pentacles energy here, okay? So you're the star energy with the Six of Wands and the Knight, excuse me, the Knight of Cups. This star energy brings in 10 of Pentacles here. It says everything in fruition and wisdom for all stages of life. Let me make sure I saw that right. Yes, everything in fruition and wisdom from all stages of life. So it's like your legacy here. Many of you are going to be stepping into your legacy. Okay. Your legacy could be tied to anything, family. Okay, this is a creative world. All right, you may just wake up, or you may just get a download, or have a dream, and just boom, it hits you of what you're supposed to be doing. But there's security here, there's family, prosperity, the pentacles of success is here. Okay, then we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, so many of you are going to start taking action on your ideas. All right, you're going to be able to create. There's a lot of energy here through inspiration and creation of force, strength. You're going to gain something here. Okay, and then we have Empress energy. So be happy with the results of your action. So many of you have already been taking actions. You may be seeing some results now. They may be coming in the future. Okay. And then we have out here, and y'all, I could have sworn where that look, okay. Spirit said we ain't even gonna focus on it. I know that's right. Wow. And then after all of that, family, you get the Four of Wands, 1111 energy here. Okay. A celebration, celebrating your stability, celebrating your home life. Okay. Maybe even being able to rest better. Okay. Many of you are going to have a total new makeover. And I just mean maybe this says beauty here, romance with mm, romance with milestones, yes, and community. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Look, all of this could have come, okay, after a time of heartache, okay, after a time of betrayal, after a time of maybe even just going through a lot of pain, okay. I feel that someone here is very victorious after they have been through a lot, all right. You could have been dealing with it. What is that? A King of Wands in the reverse. Okay. This King of Wands may have been very harsh. There could have been some harsh treatment, very cruel energy. This King of Wands. There could have been a King of Wands that was definitely hurting a Empress energy. The Empress is all the queens in the upright. The King of Wands is, I normally say, Aries energy here, but the King of Wands could be any fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, because it's not just giving me just one. So, oh, you could have been dealing with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. Just depends. You could be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. Okay. Mm. We have Capricorn or Virgo, excuse me. We have Virgo. We have Aries out here. We have Libra. We have Leo. What else? We have Venus. Okay. Mm. So, wow, look at how they came out, y'all. That's beautiful. Ooh, I'm in love with this reading already. Because it has been a time, okay? It has been a time. All right. Tell me more, spirit. Yeah. Look. So you could have been dealing with a King of Wands in the reverse. Okay. Then we have the Emperor. So right after the Emperor, or excuse me, right after the Empress family, let me move it over here. Right after the Empress and this King of Wands in reverse, we have the Emperor coming in. This is giving me the energy of like a more masculine energy with more authority. Okay, so they're masculine, both are masculine, but this Emperor has more authority, more respect, okay, more power than a King of Wands in reverse. You could have been having a King of Wands in reverse, only take it how it resonates in your energy field. Okay. Now their placements could be Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Okay. So their original sign may not be a King of Wands in the reverse. I'm picking up on Libra energy. I'm picking up on Scorpionic energy. I'm picking up on Virgo energy. I also heard Aquarius energy. Okay. But whoever this was, okay, this King of Wands that was very cruel, could have been in a leadership role once upon a time. I feel like they fail. They fail because of, and when I say fail, like a fallen angel, okay, I feel like they could have been just really attacking you, okay, or just showing you some very harsh treatment, very cruel energy until an emperor stepped in. Okay. This could be an emperor that's coming in the future, or they could be present now, resolving some issues behind the scenes for you. I can't make it up. Listen here, okay? Seven of Wands out here. You have been defending yourself over and over and over again. Ooh, and this defending I'm picking up on is not like you physically doing it, but you could have been doing everything you could within your power, okay, to make things right. Maybe, things that were brought to your attention, okay, you would address them immediately, or you would do your best to address them or find a resolution, okay. But you have been dealing with a lot of people who are causing you some sort of challenges due to them being in competition with you. Okay. They could have been placing some sort of struggle in your life. Okay. Always having you try to reach and gain what it is that you needed to gain, or whatever goals you were trying to set for yourself. Always seemed like there was somebody there that was putting an obstacle in your way. You were always having to defend something until I feel an emperor stepped in. Okay. And I'm going to put it there. I feel like an emperor stepped in for someone who was going through a lot of Seven of Wands energy, a lot of, competition, conflict, just all kind of weird stuff, people bad mouthing you, trying to defile your name, things of that, defamation of character type thing, trying to paint you out to be something you're not. I feel like somebody with a higher authority stepped in. Wow, look what came flying out with the Four of Cups in the reverse. Yes, this brings in some sort of new approach. I feel like this emperor here, they did. They stepped in with a new approach to old problems. Okay. So I feel like this is why a lot of new events and possibilities, through your optimism and enthusiasm for life and just, a betterment of it is here. For those of you that may, you know, feel like, you, because in the past position, it was like you already were this star energy. You already had the Ten of Pentacles energy. You were already on top of your legacy dynasty, okay, and your happy home, happy family life. I feel like, that was you the day you were born. Okay. You were the star. You could be a star seed here. All right. There's a lot of star seeds, you guys. I had just found that out. Okay. Let me tell you what I found out, because there's so many star seeds. That's not what I want. Okay. There are so many star seeds. Let me see here. It's like 12 different star seeds, I think. I think it was 12. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, family. Okay. I do believe it's 12 star seeds here. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get into this thing real quick, but let me see. It might not want to let me. Yeah, I might have to look at it from a different device. But nevertheless, I think it is 12 star seeds. Okay. I think that's what it was. And 15, I took all the notes and I can't reference them now. That's bad. But nevertheless, okay, you could definitely do that research. But there's 12 star seeds, I think like 15 light workers, I didn't know it was broken down like that. So yes, there's a lot to learn, okay, especially within the spiritual realm. Okay. When you are in spirituality versus, denominational beliefs, there's a lot to, take in and account for, as well as disregard. Okay. But I feel like, you've always been this star, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands. All right. And then there was a sense of victory. Okay. So, The Six of Wands, the Ace of Wands here, very victorious through creating creativity, etc. But then some sort of Three of Swords happened here. Somebody, I feel like with this Three of Swords, somebody had lost something, okay, and they just could not pick themselves back up from that, okay. Now, with that, and what I say by that, it could have been a broken heart. It could have been, a loss of a loved one, a loss of a relationship, a loss of a job, something like that. Okay. Somebody could have felt like their whole world had fallen apart. And I feel like they had some, issues with getting that back together. Okay. Only take what resonates, family. Okay. But it feels like somebody here, after a time of triumph or victory, and living their best life, they did come into this heartbreak type energy. Okay. Oh, let me get another one on that. Tell me about the Three of Swords. Tell me about the Three of Swords, please, and thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the messages thus far. Yeah, I can't make it up. This Three of Swords brought some sort of betrayal. Okay, somebody felt betrayed. Okay, damn. Okay, I feel like the pain that was experienced here could have defeated someone in some sort of way. Okay, broken them down to where, they just, couldn't get back up. Okay, family. Mm. Somebody could have been feeling hopeless after this Three of Swords. It could very well have something to do with, a breakup. I'm feeling like somebody here could have been married. Okay. They could have had a very, tight knit family dynamic. Everything was going great until something happened. Okay, something. Okay, only you know what that is if this is resonating with you. Tell me more about the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Somebody really felt betrayed here. They could have went through a divorce. There could be someone going through a divorce or just a breakup period. Yeah. We've got the wow Page of Cups here. Somebody could have had their heart broken by someone that was younger than them. Okay. Hmm. Somebody could have been seeing someone younger than them. This could have caused this. Somebody could have been feeling betrayed. Okay. Like they thought everything was good, found out there was another relationship going on. I heard a work wife, work husband type energy came out. Somebody could have found out someone was cheating on the job with a coworker. Mm, mm. But they were younger. This energy, yeah. And the light came through. Sure did. Wow. So somebody could have found out, okay, that, after a period of glory and gain, that their relationship, whether it was with family, friends, foes, wasn't all that they thought it was. There was some light shined here on a situation. Mm, yeah. Caused them to go within. So someone here, oh, excuse me. Someone here could have had to go inward, okay, to make a decision because I feel like this is your energy, the sun. Okay, damn, them some good messages, okay? So the sun was here. Some light was shined on a situation. And then we have the hermit. Maybe this caused somebody to rethink, okay, rethink their alignment, rethink what was going on because I feel like, this is like, some light was shined on a situation. Okay, on that Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, there was some light shine there. This may have caused somebody to withdraw. Okay, withdraw so that they could, go inward, take a deeper look, get some enlightenment on a situation. Give me one more for the Star, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Four of Wands, and the Sun, pretty much. Whoa, two. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Somebody was at a crossroads. There was a decision that needed to be made behind a 10 of cups. Okay. The 10 of cups is, you belonging. Did you belong? Yes, you did. You do. You still do. Okay. But there were some decisions that did need to be made in order to bring a situation into balance. Mhm. There were some decisions that needed to be made in order to bring a situation into balance here. Mhm. You may have also had a very balanced life, right? But there were some things that you weren't seeing. Okay. There were some things that maybe you weren't seeing. Okay. You may not have seen that someone could have been trying to stagnate your finances or stop you from moving. But I feel like, um, it didn't really impact you as much as you thought it would. Okay. I don't feel like it really impacted you as much as you thought it would, family. And the reason, and I'm gonna put this over here, and the reason I'm gonna say that is because somebody could have been hiding the fact that they were doing this, or it never really affected you as much as you thought it was. This is the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords in the upright, is all about, lies, deceit, trickery, etc. Some of you may have never even experienced that, okay? But I feel like, with the Hermit coming out and you going at doing some, self inner introspection, it enlightened you to some things. Okay. There could have been some sort of freedom and revelation and truth that came out in a situation. All right. When it came to you in this Four of Pentacles, maybe some of you have realized you needed to go on and start saving so that you can move forward in life after a breakup, after a divorce, or after some sort of loss. Mm. So that you can move on, move forward. Okay. Some of you, I heard you could have lost a house, okay, or sold a house, gave a house up, okay, to uh do some shadow work, it feels like to me. Okay. Some of you may have given something up to do some shadow work. It doesn't mean it had to be a house, but you may have given up something to do some shadow work. All right, because it was needed. Okay. I feel like you cannot, you've got to walk through the dark in order to get to the light, and those in the dark need to walk through the dark in order to get to the light. The darkness cannot be dispelled without the light. Okay. Yeah. See, there was a lot of things with this Two of Swords. It's like, there could have been some procrastination. Okay. Some of you could have been, feeling like you needed to. This gives me like you weren't as confident as you could have been or should have been. Okay. Some of you may have stayed in situations and circumstances longer than you needed to. Okay. With some sort of stalemate energy here. It says, listen to your inner voice when making choices. Some of you started doing that. Okay. Your inner voice was telling you kind of, which direction to go. Okay. For those of you who are just now entering into your journey, okay, I feel like you were born star energy, 10 of Pentacles energy, 4 of Wands energy, Sun energy, 10 of Cups energy. hmm But you did have to go through some things, okay, in order to step into this Empress, Emperor energy. Mm, Okay. Yeah. After a time of carrying a lot of burdens. A lot of people don't realize a lot of people do not realize all the burdens that they carry. Okay. Many people feel like this everyday life is the way life is. Except for chosen ones really feel like there's more to life. And when I say chosen ones, um, you know, when you're chosen, not everybody may be anointed and appointed, but you are covered by the divine creator of all living things, angels, spirit guides, ancestors, the universe. Okay. A lot of people carry burdens that they don't realize that they can really free themselves from. Okay. The responsibilities, the stress, the blockages. Okay. Um, Frustrations, all right, of the everyday world, right? Because they keep you so distracted that you don't really even realize you're carrying burdens. You figure it's just this way of life, but in actuality, it is not. Life is not supposed to be like geometry. Love is not supposed to be like geometry at the bottom of the day. You realized you were carrying the burdens of the devil. Yes, this is somebody or situation and circumstances that were just keeping you on, some sort of low vibrational energy of the shadow side, shadow self. Okay, many of you had to go through the work, okay, to get to where you are now. You could be a reader, you could be a seer, a sayer, a shaman, you could be a star seed, a light worker, okay, a galactic energy. Okay. Somebody here is like trying to tap into their creative side. All right. And I feel like there were some blockages here. They lost some things they feel they will not be able to regain, but you will. You have to move with faith and knowing. Okay. Yeah. It could have been even a child involved or someone younger. Okay. There was some sort of, ooh, why did I just get that energy? Like somebody could have really been dealing with somebody that was younger than them. Okay. Not realizing that what they had, okay, they could have lost, somebody here could have lost something. All right. They were dealing with somebody that was younger than them. Superficial energy here. Okay. Theoretical. They were distracted by this energy. Okay. This could have been somebody that was bad news and caused some sort of, instability in this energy's life. Okay. Take it how it resonates. Confirmation. Now, how did this one come out? Yeah. So now we have the King of Cups. Okay. This could have been somebody who thought they were subtle and crafty, and they could have dropped the ball on their relationship. Okay. That King of Cups could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. All right. Hmm. But they had dropped the ball dealing with maybe someone younger than them. Okay. But at the bottom of the deck, the divine says, this is something someone has to work through. Okay. Could have been masculine, feminine energy, flip the roles, but this is something that someone needs to work through because they can definitely get back to the Nine of Cups. Okay. Everything has turned out well. So enjoy the success. All right. So it feels like there was a time you had to really go inward and learn yourself, learn who you are, learn those moral standards, values. Okay. That mattered most. Okay, maybe relearn them, maybe revisit them, maybe see where you may have went left and you should have went right, right? Determining hmm, the directions, okay, because we all make mistakes. That's a part of life. It's not something that you have to stay down and beat yourself up for, though. Okay, this is what I'm hearing. Somebody could be beating themselves up over something they may have lost, something they may regret had taken place. And that is what is stopping them from stepping back into their original energy of the star, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, Sun energy. Okay. Just because you had to do some reflection, some introspection, and stuff like that does not mean that you cannot regain what you had for whoever that message is for. Okay. Yeah. Overall energy, the sun. I cannot make it up. Okay. So allow yourself to experience true joy, happiness, and optimism for positive outcomes ahead. I cannot make it up. I'm going to put that right here for y'all. Because there are positive outcomes ahead coming in, family. It's just, when you go through, it's almost like rebuilding. Okay. It's like rebuilding. Okay. But when things like this happen, sometimes it does. It hits hard because your mind keeps wanting, and that's the ego, really. Okay, the ego keeps wanting to replay what it had. Okay, spirit is saying what you had was grand, but you can bring it back even bigger and better. It's something about seeing the bigger picture here. Okay, any other messages? Ooh. Yes. So some of you, wow. Okay. So yes, I cannot make it up. Somebody here feels like they cannot manifest or bring back into their life what they had, but you can. Okay, you can. We have the magician in the reverse here. It says you have the skill and the willpower to manifest your desired outcomes through focused intention. Somebody does feels like they cannot do that. And then it says the Hierophant here, traditional wisdom and spiritual counsel can offer you greater clarity and meaning. Okay, so if you are in this magician energy that feels like you cannot remanifest whatever it was that you had, you definitely can. Okay, you just have to do the work, and you have to clear your mind and clear your mind from all the distractions that you've been having, especially right now. Okay, there's a lot of uncertainty in the air, but I feel like you can actually work through it. You've been through this before. I can't make it up. You got the strength. Okay, you got the strength here, family. It says draw upon your resolve and determination to have fortitude in challenging situations. Your inner strength will see you through. Okay, family. All right. So that is your message. I love y'all. Thank you so much for tapping in. Let's close out at this time, Divine. Oh, and I hope it provided you with some clarity. Okay. At this time, Divine, I ask that you continue to keep us with love, harmony, tranquility, prosperity, peace, protection, and respect, and good health and good wealth in our lives and all the time. Ashe, and thank you. And until next time, you know what I love to say. Namaste.